Hello, welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate and I'm thankful to have you here for today's pick a card reading. We're going to be looking at how your person honestly views you, and we will be starting off with an energy check-in just to see how you would describe this connection or person that you have on your mind. If you guys don't want to watch that part, you guys can definitely just skip forward to the second part of it. So I will be doing an extended reading as well. It is slightly different for each pile, and it's just going to depend on what comes through during your reading. So stay tuned for that if you are interested. So we have 3 piles to choose from. For pile number 1, we have the Radiant Wise Tarot with this red carnelian heart. For pile number 2, we have the Mermaid Tarot with this orange calcite raw crystal. For pile number 3, we have the Way of the Panda Tarot with this blue calcite palm stone. So take whatever time you need. Again, there will be an energy check-in just to help you guys feel more sure that you picked the right pile. And other than that, I will have the timestamps linked in the description box along with the names of these decks, the extended readings, and anything else about me if you guys are curious. So I'm looking forward to getting into this, and I'll see you at your pile. Hello, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Radiant Wise Tarot and this red carnelian heart, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at how the person on your mind currently is viewing you, or just views you as a person, honestly. So we're going to start off with an energy check-in, and we're going to be looking at how you would describe this person, the situation that you have on your mind, just so you guys can feel more sure that this is your reading. And before you invest more time in it, just want to give you guys that clarity. And if you guys don't feel like sitting through this, you can definitely just skip to the next part of the reading. Or whenever you guys do feel that it may be resonating with you and you don't want to listen to the rest of the check-in, please do not force yourself to sit through that if you find it boring or you don't want to listen. So there will be an extended reading, and I will pick the topic as we go. Since we're going to be focusing on this person's perception of you, I feel like for the extended, based on what I get from your energy check-in and how they're viewing you, I want to fill in any gaps of their feelings, their thoughts, intentions. So we'll just kind of see what makes the most sense to focus on. I'll have that link down below for those of you that are interested. But first, let's get into how you would describe this person, this relationship, this situation. All right, please do me to pile number 1's connection that they have on their mind. What would they say about this person, this connection? We have the King of Cups. We have the 10 of Pentacles, the 6 of Wands in the reverse. We have the 5 of Cups in reverse. Can we clarify the King of Cups? All right, we have the Tower and the Magician in reverse. Can we clarify the 10 of Pentacles? We have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Can we clarify the 6 of Wands? The Hermit. Okay. Can we clarify the 5 of Cups, please? 6 of Swords in reverse. The Knight of Cups with the 6 of Pentacles in reverse popping through. Okay. So I feel here that you would say a few things. A lot is coming through, honestly, but I feel with the King of Cups here and the Tower and the Magician in reverse, I feel like something has probably happened in this connection that derailed it, just with the Tower especially. And I feel like there is some sort of grief in this situation and maybe a sense of having a hard time moving on from this person or this connection. I feel like you may not be hearing from this person a lot. With the Hermit and the Six of Wands, like the Six of Wands in reverse clarified by the Hermit, you might feel like this person is kind of like staying out of, like not staying out of the public eye, but not being super, almost like they disappeared or something. Like it's kind of like after there was some kind of a tower moment with them, it feels like you stopped hearing from them or you didn't maybe get closure on the situation. What's interesting is that we have the King of Cups, the Ten of Pentacles, which makes me feel like this is someone that you were under the impression of having a very solid future with, someone that you saw definitely as like marriage potential, and if not marriage, like someone that you could build a life with. And with the King of Cups here, the King of Cups is someone that has very deep emotions, is very emotionally mature. You definitely felt that this person had very deep emotions for you. But with the Queen of Pentacles in reverse here, it feels like that did not come to fruition, and it's like you were left destabilized. Like I feel like this connection destabilized in some way. And maybe you feel like something happened. I don't know if it's like this person is embarrassed from your perception, or it's like once this kind of bubble was popped with this person, it's almost like they're avoiding being seen. It's like they're avoiding, I don't know if it's avoiding accountability, but it's giving a sense of embarrassment or a sense of like shame. We have Virgo energy with the Hermit. You might feel like this person is maybe like closing themselves off to work on themselves or like reflect on themselves. But I definitely feel like there's water under the bridge in this situation. I want to clarify the Knight of Cups here. Like you might feel like this is a situation that maybe could be worked on potentially. Like you guys might feel like that. You know what this is giving? This is giving like someone that, it's giving the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. But imagine that like this person maybe thought that, you know, you had a certain view of them, or maybe they were presenting themselves one way with the Magician in reverse. And then it's almost like once maybe something was revealed or something didn't go according to their plan, it's like now they're too embarrassed to even face you is how it feels like. And it's almost like imagining that now that like the person behind the curtain is exposed and they're not like that big powerful, you know, person in the Wizard of Oz, it's almost like they're like, don't look at me, like don't look at me. And it's like they almost feel, it's almost like this energy of like I'm here, quarantine, that's an interesting word, but like quarantining them off, or just like don't look at me, or like don't I don't want to be seen, I don't want to be perceived. I feel like maybe this person feels like they've even done something that's like, again, like shameful in some way. But it's like this feeling of this person being like all hope is lost or something, or like there's no recovering from this. Whereas I don't know if you guys 100% feel that way. It's almost like I feel like you maybe do have feelings for this person, and maybe even for some of you, it's like you might even feel like this person is building it up more in their head, or like it's almost like an ego problem. Not like where they're super confident, but it's almost like they maybe didn't feel worthy unless you saw them in this way. But yeah, there's just this feeling of, with the Five of Cups in reverse, like looking at the glass half empty. Can we clarify the Knight of Cups? The Three of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah, it's like almost all of a sudden it's like, it's like we can work on, there's just this feeling of we could work on this if you were just kind of willing to open up about your emotions, or like take action, or sort of express yourself. I feel like there's this energy here of like, if this person did actually have genuine feelings toward you, there's this sense that you would be willing to like work with them. But again, there's just this feeling of like, not, I don't know if they feel outcasted for some reason, but it's almost like, but Virgo can be a very self-critical sort of an energy, and having like a lot of anxiety. It feels like this person's in their head and not feeling like it's just like this feeling of making things a lot worse in their head. But maybe, you know, with the Tower here, something did happen, but it's almost this feeling of, okay, but like no one's perfect. And like if you did genuinely want to change, or if you did genuinely have real feelings, like you do still believe this person actually did have real feelings for you, is the energy here. And I do feel like you actually did see potential with them. But it's, yeah, there's just this feeling of like being ashamed. Yeah, look at this, the Hangman, the Five of Pentacles. It's like maybe they're afraid of you being mad at them or something. But yeah, it's like this person isn't taking action. And also with like Neptune here, this can be like about illusion too. And it can be that energy of seeing like enemies as friends and friends as enemies, and almost just like being a little bit paranoid here even. So hopefully that resonates on some level for what you are kind of perceiving in this situation, perceiving of your person. So now we're going to look at how they view you as a person. So for our pile number ones, how is their person viewing them overall as a person? How do they view them? And I'm not necessarily getting like how do they think you feel. It's more like how do they actually view you overall as a person. And it might have to do with the situation, but I'm just kind of getting like, I want to get that if it comes through, but we'll just see what comes through. All right, for pile number one's person, how do they view them? We have the Queen of Cups. I'm hearing, I am not worthy. I am not worthy. Okay, we have the Tower. How do they view them as a person? We have the Nine of Wands. We have the Two of Swords. Okay, it's like this person is viewing you as someone who has a very soft heart. Like someone who is very compassionate and caring. Maybe like even an empath. But I'm seeing here, it's almost like they view you as someone that has had situations in their life like fall apart. Like this person maybe views you as someone who, from your past, like, I don't know, maybe you guys have talked to this person about like maybe a mistrust that you have due to your past experiences. And it's almost like that might be a part of why they feel so like ashamed or something, because it's like maybe they've done something to you that they know you were like afraid of, or like it's like this person does view you as somewhat having your guard up but having like a very soft inside. But yeah, with this Two of Swords here, it's like you guys may be someone who treads carefully in relationships. Yeah, you don't feel too sure sometimes, or it's like you know how you feel. And we also have the King and Queen of Cups here, so just that's like counterpart energy. Not saying this is your counterpart, but that like sort of energy match here is coming through. But yeah, you might have had your kindness taken for weakness, or you may have like had the wool pulled over your eyes with people like that didn't have the best intentions toward you. And so there's like a trepidatious energy coming through from their perception. All right, yeah, we have the Empress. How does pile number one's person view them? We have the Hangman, so this is Pisces energy. So you could have Pisces in your chart. And yeah, and also with the Hangman, like, and for me, this is this energy, like really reiterating this sense of getting a new perspective on situations, or like feel like your perception changing almost. And it could even be of them. And I feel like this could be like the way that they're viewing you may be truly like influenced by, like when they think of you, they may think about you getting a new perspective on them. But with the Hangman and the Two of Swords, it's like, it's almost like they feel like you expect for the situation to have the rug pulled out from underneath you. And so it's almost like you're not really surprised. Like they almost view you like expecting something like that. But with the Empress here again and the Queen of Cups, what's primarily coming through is this very loving, abundant, sort of nature. And this, and it's, you know, what's even coming through is like that being like sought after, like, and so you guys may be very attractive, like mentally, physically, emotionally, or just like, it doesn't even have to just be physically, but for a lot of you, I do believe that people may be drawn to you physically, but it's also giving the energy of like people being drawn to you for your light and almost being drawn to you as a healer, and like someone who is nurturing. And so, yeah, it's like you guys may have had the experience of people not really coming to you for, not like for the wrong, maybe for some people for this wrong reasons. It might even just be subconscious though. So it's like you've kind of had to learn to be reserved, because what's coming through right now is an energy of like you having evolved, if anything, from what I'm seeing. I'm trying to like put this into like an example, but it's coming through like someone who's gone from like the damsel in distress, or like, let's say that you were this like princess that had a very loving heart and just saw the good in everyone, and then at some point someone really sought to take advantage of that. And so like, so you've been betrayed. And an example of that would be like Entangled, or like the Rapunzel story, but especially Entangled, where like the mother keeps her in a tower just to siphon off her like magical hair. And it's almost like you've had to get like a new perspective on that. And it's almost like a part of you stepping into your Empress nature has been like it evolving from just sort of seeing the best in people and almost being like very forgiving, to it's almost like the princess that goes through like a ton of like BS and comes out on the other side has to harden themselves and like become a, I'm seeing like almost like a Disney like movie where it's like that's how it starts off, like getting betrayed, and then like the next parts of the movie would be like that person becoming like a badass and like not trusting people in the same way, and like although they still lure people in with that kind of like innocence, or like that nature that's kind of princess or maiden like, even it's like it's like not that same, you expect it. There's a less of a trusting nature here. Like it's almost harder for you to trust. And I do feel that this person maybe views you as being in like a process of maybe transforming that more, like having to have been your own like protector and like warrior, and like learning to protect your own light, your own like gifts in a way. Especially your own light. That's a good way. Your own heart too. It's like when that can happen, there can be this journey from like hardening yourself and also having to deal with like the heartbreak and like the feeling, like having to deal with being treated in a way that you didn't deserve, also being treated in a way that had nothing to do with you. Like you always had good intentions or a pure heart, but it's realizing that that isn't a reflection of you. And so I feel like with this Empress energy, it's like there's this transformational energy of you being in this process of transforming back into a comfortable place where it's like you're in power, you're respected, you have your boundaries, but you have all of it, right? With the Empress. It's like you have your garden of Eden and you've had to go to hell and back to get there. And it's like it feels like this person views you as in the process of being like in your own domain, if that makes sense. Whereas in the past, it's like this feeling of being in the grips of other people, or just like having other people stomp out potential in a way, or stomp out, or like use this for themselves. So it's like you've always had this like light energy to you, and this like regenerative, I don't know if that's the right word, but like this nurturing potential, like this growth. It's like you've had this seed that if given the right like landscape would grow, but it's almost like because that seed was always being like taken like before it could bloom, I guess that would be the right way of saying it. it's like you're in the process of that. And I actually love how in this Empress, like look at how there's like Venus flytraps here. And that's kind of unique, I feel like, for an Empress card. And I just feel like in this case, it really stands for like not just being so like soft in a way, like not being just all rainbow and sunshines. It's like the Empress has a sense of power to her and a sense of like boundary. All right. But with Hangman also, it's like that's Pisces energy, which can again be about illusions. And so I'm getting a Neptunian sort of feel to this. Like you guys have been through, maybe in the 8th house, like there's kind of like 8th house, like power struggle coming through, mixed in with the 12th house, like hidden secrets and like transformation coming through. Can we clarify the 9 of Wands for how pile number 1's person views them? Or the 9 of Cups with these 2 doves here. So what's coming through here is being very protective of your peace, being someone that there's a focus on self. So we have 2 9s here as well. And it's this energy of, yeah, really protecting your peace. That would be the best energy. Like that's what's coming through really clearly here. And it's like with the 9 of Wands here, you might have Leo energy just with this lion here and like the Wands energy, but it's like bringing out that like fierce side that isn't aggressive, but it's defensive if someone does sort of impede on your territory is what I'm hearing, but truly. Can we clarify the 2 of Swords? We have the Ace of Swords. And then the 5 of Swords here at the back of the deck. Yeah, and so this is just clarifying that. Okay, so it's like this person, it's kind of like in this story, there's this feeling of trepidation of like, should I go here or should I not go here? And it's like this person views you as someone who maybe was still exploring and like kind of learning, like gaining experience and figuring out how to trust yourself and trust your gut, even when you don't have like all of the information. Because in the past, maybe you haven't been sure and like you might have like walked into traps. That's like kind of a metaphorical way of saying it, but it's almost like you might have not had as much discernment and sort of trusted a lot and moved forward even if you didn't really know. And so you've had those life experiences. But I'm getting with the Hangman here and the 9 of Cups and the Ace of Swords, it's like there's this energy of like taking your time to look at the situation from different perspectives. And it's like if you don't feel sure about it, you don't like rush forward in a sense. And it's like there's this energy of when it comes to your fulfillment and your emotional self, you require like this clarity. Like you don't want wishy-washy. And it's like you may be very defensive as well towards situations that make you feel wishy-washy, or if someone's being inconsistent towards you, it's like that is not, it's almost this energy of being aware of there being hidden potential like caveats in a situation and this strong determination to, and it's, I love how there's this crown here on the Ace of Swords. And for me, it's really about that like sort of truth. It's also just about like not giving benefit of the doubt. It's like there's this strong strength to you and this discernment, like this intelligence coming through. Yeah, and with the 5 of Swords here, I do feel like this person overall like thinks about you potentially again, like having been pushed into this energy of not just trusting that everyone has your best intention at heart and not because of like maybe having been in situations, and I'm seeing like the original 5 of Swords where there's like someone that's holding I don't know if they're holding 3 swords in front and then there's like 2 swords in the back and the people look defeated in the back. Like there may have been situations where you felt a lot of defeat because people were coming to it in a competitive way or in a way that was for their own self-interest. And what's interesting about this Five of Swords, yeah, we have the Hermit here. Interesting. So it's like, what's interesting about this Five of Swords is it's like this bird has the Three of Swords behind them, and then the Two of Swords here again. Like the Two of Swords is almost protecting this bird's stomach or heart. And it's like with this heartbreak and this betrayal behind them, it's like you may sometimes stand in this energy. It's only in a defensive way, though. It's not like you go to situations trying to think for yourself and not thinking for other people. It's that this Two of Swords energy where you do not feel sure about people. You don't just trust right away. It's like because of this betrayal behind your back, there's kind of this me first attitude that this person feels like you have. And it's like they kind of see where it came from. It's like the way I would say they describe you. They do really feel like there's this really loving and compassionate and nurturing person at heart. But they also see sort of how maybe your actions or behavior, they get why you're like that. And I would definitely say like this person doesn't misjudge you. So if some of you guys have maybe wondered if this person like thinks you've been harsh or something, or thinks, you're not caring, it's like, no, they know that your story is how it feels intuitively, or they like have just observed you enough or understood that. But yeah, that's what I'm picking up on. Yeah, I'm like with the Hermit here. Yeah, we have the Hermit and the High Priestess, and I'm not surprised to see the Three of Pentacles, right? Because it's like, it just feels like you had a very cooperative energy. You have a cooperative energy at your heart, but I think you guys have a hard time trusting. And so there's this energy of really keeping your own counsel to defend yourself. And with the High Priestess, it's like you don't give away everything. You keep things to yourself. It's interesting that came through for the energy check-in as well. Yeah. Interesting. Okay, I'm going to get a sip of water and then we'll get some oracle cards. But it's like ultimately this person sees you as someone who wants to put their guard down, but requires like certainty in order to be able to do that. And until you have that, it's almost like it is difficult for you to completely open up, or you can put your wall up quickly. How does pile number one's person? I just had the fear that I'm not. Okay, now I am. I always get this random fear that I'm not filming. There's a little bit of a guilty until proven innocent stance that you take, that they perceive. And it's almost like you would rather come to a halt and like almost protect yourself than move forward towards something and like be blindsided as to like what it really was. Like with the Chariot kind of being, in my mind, sort of opposite to the Hangman. Okay. So how does pile number one's person view them? We have the Bee. We have the Panther. Yeah, I'm not surprised to see the Panther. We have the Starfish. And we have the Shark. And then the Fox here. Yeah, this makes a lot of sense. So I'm kind of seeing another story unfolding here. Okay, so this person views you as someone who, and I'm getting this to kind of go along with the Empress energy. You're someone who really puts a lot of work into yourself, and you're very like ambitious and like hardworking. And what's interesting is that the Bee also like works for the hive as well. And so again, there's sort of that teamwork, like you're very willing to work hard for things, and maybe like very willing to put work into a relationship, that you would be a very, like that you would be very invested in what you build. But I'm seeing here that it's almost like this charlatan energy here around the starfish. It's like you guys do not appreciate superficiality or charlatanness, like falsehood. You guys almost despise is how this person views. Like, it's like you're gonna, as long as you come correct, as long as people come correct toward you with positive intention and with their true nature exposed, like you require authenticity and integrity. You have a lot of integrity, and so it's like you spot BS and superficiality from a mile away, and you're just not someone that cares for that. Like, you don't want people around you just for the sake of like boosting your ego, or it's like that's not gonna get you anywhere. Like, that doesn't get people anywhere with you to try to like smooze you. Yeah. The panther and the shark here are two cards of like kind of fierce animals. And again, this is really speaking to the focus on this sort of dangerous, not dangerous, but it's this energy of like chaos will ensue. And so I'm also seeing with the tower that this person views you as well as someone who's going to see to the truth of a situation, and you have no problem both like getting to that truth. Like, you're not going to uphold some, like, you're not the kind of person to beat around the bush or uphold some sort of false like reality. Like, you guys, I'm hearing something like you like eat something for breakfast, or but it's kind of like that energy of like you eat like, I want to say like a charlatan type energy for breakfast. Like, it's not impressive, and you don't have any shame in calling it out. Like, you have this sweet heart though. Like, that's what's so interesting. And with the fox here, the fox card really talks about being a very loyal partner. And so being someone who is a really great partner. So they do view you like that. Like, they view you as someone who would be like an ideal partner, if anything. However, there's this energy of not, like, nothing slides or nothing goes without you noticing. And it's almost like situations can become maybe volatile with you if like something's not acknowledged, is kind of what I'm getting. And this really comes to that like needing truth, requiring truth from other people. It's like you'll be happy if you get the truth from others. And there's also with the hangman here, there's an energy of surrender. It's like, I don't care like how much chaos the truth creates. I'll surrender to whatever happens here. What's really important to me is like the truth here. Yeah, like I'm not going to sit I'm not going to keep giving benefit of the doubt. It's like I am going to purify the situation. And again, it's like they see you as very pure, but there is this warrior kind of an energy. And in the shark card talks about how there isn't anything negative about the shark unless we ignore its presence. And so we bring it into balance by like addressing what needs to be addressed. Let me see if there's I want to see if there's any additional message for the shark that I'm missing. Directness, exposure, revealing true nature and desire. Yeah, and so that's how they really view you. So it says, the shark is only dangerous when we don't acknowledge it. This card indicates that something big needs to be exposed. It's lurking in the depths and creating tension. Shark energy takes us over when we are hesitant to be honest, to be totally ourselves, or to say what we really want. It may be tempting to continue pretending nothing is wrong, but when shark energy is at play, we feel its presence encircling us. And so to bring it into balance, honesty is what's required. And so I feel like it's like you guys spot this from a mile away. Like, this is something that you do not mess with. Like, you guys like are the shark, you know, that's like, you smell the blood, like you smell the fear is what I'm getting. So this person, I think, probably is a little bit intimidated by you, if anything. And that might be why they're avoiding you, by the way, if they kind of know that you're just like not the kind of person. You don't want any small talk, essentially. So this card says, so the panther won't stand to see our growth or energy stagnate. And I feel like this is true toward your own self. Like, Yeah. So it says, instead, it pounces into our lives and causes all kinds of havoc. And this was reminding me of the Tower card, with the ultimate intention of bringing us toward more fulfilling lives. It's unexpected, uncomfortable, and sometimes feels devastating. But after all the dust clears, it's easy to see the Panther's wisdom at work. We've all been through these experiences, and they've made us better people. Trust that the Panther's journey always leads to a brighter place. And so when in balance, it says brave and productive. And then to bring it into balance, get rid of the unnecessary. Yeah. And so it's like, and with the starfish here, this is such an energy of like the unnecessary, and this card around just like superficiality, truly. Let me see. Maybe they even feel like maybe they had some of this energy around you, and like, yeah, am I being swayed by outward appearances? What dreams have I put aside to please others? Yeah, and it's giving kind of that like society sort of an energy, or like an energy of like fitting in, or, you know, something like that. And maybe this person, I'm just like picking up intuitively that like they maybe really care about like what other people think about them, and like maybe appearances matter a lot to them. That would make sense given like the Wizard of Oz thing was coming through. So it's almost like, and it's like the allure of like how something appears on the outside versus the depth of the situation, which I feel like is where your head is really at. Um, yeah. This person feels like you tell it like it is, and they feel that although it's kind of a difficult energy, it's something that is like unable to be avoided, and something that like to be walking beside you is like to walk naked and vulnerable, you know, like there's no, we can't put a cloak of glimmer on to hide what's on the inside. It's like we have the sort of truth here. Um, yeah, it's hard to pull the wool over your eyes is what I would say. So for the extended reading, I want to see why this person is holding back from you. So I'm going to write this down. Why this person's holding back from you. I want to look at how they're feeling about you and what they would say if they were being honest. If they were completely honest. And then guidance for you as well. So thank you guys so much for being here. I hope that this has been an interesting reading for you. If you guys enjoyed the video, I would appreciate if you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment. I really appreciate those of you that do interact with the channel. And if you want to see future pick a card readings, I would love for you to subscribe, put your notification bell on. Other than that, it's been an honor to read for you, and I hope to connect with you again soon. Hello, pal number 2. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Mermaid Tarot and this orange calcite raw crystal, this is going to be your reading where we are looking at how your person views you overall as a person. So before we get into that, we are going to be doing an energy check-in where we're going to be looking at your thoughts and feelings about this connection, how you would describe this person that you have on your mind, this connection. And this is really meant to just help you feel more confident that you pick the right pile, and the person that is going to be, or the perception of the person we're looking at is the person that you are interested in hearing about, how they view you. That was a hard way of saying that, but if you don't want to watch this part, you definitely don't have to, and you can just skip forward to when I go into how your person views you. There will be an extended reading, and I'll be choosing the topic as we get into it. So if you really do feel like it's your reading and you want to go a little bit deeper into probably more about your person's thoughts and feelings toward you, because we're just going to be looking at their perception of you. So if you're interested in that, I'll have it linked down below. So stay tuned for the topic. Okay. Please tune me into pile number 2's person and situation that they currently have on their mind. What would they say about this situation, this person, this connection? We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the Five of Pentacles, the Knight of Swords, the Five of Swords. Okay. A lot of energy here. Can we clarify the Queen of Pentacles? The Eight of Wands in reverse. The Five of Pentacles, King of Cups. Can we clarify the Knight of Swords? We have the Fool in reverse. Can we clarify the Five of Swords, please? Page of Wands, and then the Ten of Pentacles with the Nine of Cups at the back of the deck. Okay, let me get a sip of my tea. Okay. I feel like this could be a situation. It may have moved really quickly at one point is what I'm getting. I'm just getting like a lot of energy here. So I don't know if there's like a lot of passion or like a lot of spark between you and this person at some point. It just feels like that. But overall, with the Five of Pentacles here and the Eight of Wands in reverse, I feel like there's been some kind of a quick reversal in this situation. With the Knight of Swords and the Five of Swords, there could have even been like, I don't know if it's an argument, but people may have said things impulsively here. There might have been some impulsive actions that were taken. That really have created some distance between you or separation. Maybe it's turned sour on some level, but I'm kind of getting like you standing in your power here with the Queen of Pentacles and this grounded energy, and just feeling like this is a lot, or like this energy is just kind of intense, and with the Nine of Cups, it's almost like there's this energy here of you focusing on like your own happiness and what's fulfilling to you. And maybe this is something you explored. There's just a feeling of like, how did we get to this point? But it just feels like things may have gone really quickly in one direction. Maybe it was positive. But then at some point, like, we really slowed this down. It's almost like a boomerang. Like I'm seeing like a boomerang where it went really far forward, but then suddenly it came right back with like a lot of intensity. And with the Fool in reverse, it's like, yeah, I'm getting like there could have been some foolish action. Like maybe this person did something that really hurt the chances of this being something that could be long term. Like, because we have the Queen of Pentacles here, so you guys might be looking for something that's more stable, grounded, but then we have all this intensity and all of this, and like with the Page of Wands, the Fool, it's like I'm really getting there could have been some kind of a message that happened really quickly here, or some kind of an action that this person took where it's like no longer sort of sustainable to imagine a long-term future with this person. I do want to see with the King of Cups, it's like, you know what? Like, I'm kind of getting this energy of like maybe feeling that this person is like emotionally immature, and almost like until you can figure out your emotions and come to me in a balanced, mature, like, you know what you're doing, you know what you're saying, like you're coming from a place of emotional clarity. Like, don't, like, I'd rather almost stay apart here. Can we clarify the King of Cups? Yeah, the Five of Wands. It's like you're not trying to, you don't want like drama or conflict here, or like maybe there is drama and conflict, and it's like maybe you need to figure that out, or like maybe there's something in this person's life that they need to figure out. But it's like you almost want them to spend some time like thinking about things. Like, it's almost like they're on a timeout. Like, I'm getting this energy of you putting this person on a timeout and just like really wanting this person or your standard being a certain level of energy, like approaching you. Like, I don't know. It's like, it just almost feels like there's too much chaos, or like there's a very chaotic energy with this person. And it's like hard to maybe rely on this or really give energy to this without it's just like a disruption. It feels like there's sort of a disruptive energy that this person has. And the Nine of Cups, I'm really just getting this being about like you focusing on your happiness. And also maybe it's this energy of like you guys being in this maybe more emotionally mature place where you know yourself and you know your emotions. And like when you say something, you mean it. And you're like in a good place with yourself, and like maybe you're, you know, just emotional well-being. Like you know what you want is kind of what I'm getting as well. It's like you maybe feel like this person doesn't know what they want, or like their actions show that they don't know what they want, or yeah, it's kind of like a lack of knowing themselves. And there's also this energy of like feeling like this person does things without intention. It's like, what's the, like, make sure that when you're taking action, like you have a solid intention behind it. Like, don't just do things and then be like, I don't know why I did that. Because that's what I'm kind of getting is like this person maybe saying things or taking action, and it really not maybe aligning with like how they actually feel, or it's because they don't know how they feel, but it just feels like separation from this person, or just like kind of taking a break is what you feel you've needed to do. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's see how this person views you. Now we're going to use the Mermaid Tarot here. Get a sip of my tea. Like there could be a way that this person acts that just like you just don't really approve of, or it's just not your love language, you know? Like I'm almost imagining this person like showing up to your house and like, I don't know, just like being like, please like talk to me or something like that. And it's just like, okay, like you need to sort yourself out kind of. And it's like maybe some time apart will help this person, you know, figure themselves out. It's almost like you need to, like, there's nothing I can do for you in this energy kind of. It's like, this is up to you to figure out. Like, I don't want to be like your, not like your therapist, but like you don't want to like coach this person. It's like they kind of need to do some work here. Okay. Anyways, now we're going to go into this person's subjective perception of you as a person. So how does pile number 2's person view them as a person? Ten of Pentacles. The Two of Pentacles. But yeah, I'm not surprised to see this. It's like there's this very grounded, like earthy, like having your stuff together, essentially. Like you have your life together. You have a clear vision of what you want. You have your priorities in check. Knight of Pentacles here. Like there's just a very grounded energy. Okay, how does pile number 2's person view them as a person? We have the Seven of Cups, the Six of Wands. Can we clarify the Ten of Pentacles? We have the Sun, so we have Leo energy. We have the Six of Cups. Can we clarify the Seven of Cups? With the Devil. Can we clarify the Six of Wands? We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles. And then the Empress at the back of the deck. Wow. So, yeah. This person, you guys may be Venus ruled in some capacity, so you might have like Libra in your chart or Taurus energy coming through. Okay, with this Seven of Cups here, like what's really coming through more than anything is like, one second, sorry. There's this solid energy about you where you're very grounded. Like it's like you're not in Delulu land. Like you are, there's this very upfront and clear-cut energy about you with the sun here as well. I feel like you guys don't really entertain like fantasy or illusion, because like with the devil, it's like I'm not getting, this is Capricorn energy, which you guys might have Capricorn, like, but overall with the devil, I would say if anything, it's not coming through in like the traditional meaning of the devil. For me, it's more like Capricorn and Earth energy of being very driven to create what you want, like being very steadfast in your goals and having like a very strong vision and like path in front of you. Like you guys are following a path and you're very successful, like you're very ambitious, like you know what you're doing, like you know yourself as well. Like with the Six of Wands and the Sun energy, it's like I feel like you guys are able to make like a very good impression on other people. You guys come across as very confident to this person. Like they just think that you don't at least present with like low self-esteem. It's like you guys know who you are, you know what you want, and you're gonna create what you want. You have your priorities in check. With the devil, and the Seven of Cups, there could just be like a very overall, like I'm just getting this sense of like when you are focused on something, like you're very focused on it. And I feel like this person thinks that you have a lot of options in life, or it's like you have a lot of maybe this person even thinks a lot of people are obsessed with you with the Six of Wands and the Devil. Like maybe a lot of people with the Six of Pentacles, like maybe they feel like you have a lot to give other people, or a lot of people like want you or want something from you, is kind of this perception, like you guys are very wanted. And with the Seven of Cups, I'm getting that you just have a lot of opportunities in life, but they don't distract you, is what I'm getting. It's like it's kind of coming through like you could like you could be offered certain things, or like even for example, like when it comes to like romance or something, like let's say you're very committed to someone, and like let's imagine that like someone who's super attractive, has a lot of money, comes through and like wants you. Like I feel like you have the ability to stay on track with what you originally had committed to, or what your original vision was. Like you're someone who, although there is a lot of options around you, like it's almost like you don't really entertain them, and you stay on, you don't get distracted. And so I don't know if this person is like that, where they can get very distracted and like have their energy dispersed in a million different ways. It's like you are very like single pointed focus. And with the Knight of Pentacles, it's like this reliability, this assuredness. Like there's just, it's for sure gonna happen for you, is how it feels. This person definitely thinks that a lot of people admire you, that you may be very popular as well. Someone that people look up to. And with the Empress and the Six of Pentacles, it's like almost this energy of like it's giving this very leader type of feminine energy, like in movies where like there's a female leader. Like I'm just trying to think of an example that's very respected. what's coming to my mind right now is like an avatar, like how they have female leaders that are like important, and they have like certain tasks and stuff, and like people, like they're just very respected, and people would be very grateful for any advice or any like generosity that anyone could like afford them, I guess. Get a sip of my tea. This person also views you as someone who's very loyal with the Six of Cups. That's what I'm kind of getting with the Devil and the Six of Cups here. This feeling of like staying loyal to those who you love. Like it's like if someone is in your heart, like you wouldn't betray them for something easy or fast or like quick. Also the Six of Pentacles, I'm kind of getting that like even if people like offer you, it's just coming through like this energy where people might give you a lot or want to give you a lot, but it's like you have your own way of doing things, and it's kind of like no thank you. Like you can admire, and like I'm willing to kind of like if you need help in some way, but like I'm not looking to like tie myself in with any like debts here. Like you don't really like take debts from other people. You'd rather go slower and kind of do it independently, or just do it your own way than take shortcuts or, you know, let other people like dig you out of a hole. It's like if you guys are ever in a challenge or in a hole in a way, I feel like slowly yet surely you improve your circumstances rather than kind of expecting anything from someone else. Like you don't expect like charity from other people is how it feels. Okay. Let's see. Let's clarify the Six of Cups here. Maybe family, very family oriented with the Ten of Pentacles and the Six of Cups. Like maybe someone who's also good with children. We have the Nine of Cups here. Yeah, just a lot of emotional fulfillment. Yeah, and then look at this Four of Cups here. It's this energy of like you don't have a wandering eye. Like you know what you want. It's this energy of like because you're fulfilled in yourself, it's like you're not in this devil energy. It's like I feel like when we are under the belief that we can't do something on our own or we have some sort of lack about us, that might be where we, you know, kind of listen to the devil's temptations, or you know, we want to see if the grass is greener on the other side, right? Like there's just this very loyal and steadfast energy about you that really radiates from your own emotional fulfillment that doesn't come from an external thing. It's like you cultivate it inside out. And so you have a very beautiful light within you. And I think you draw a lot of attention toward you. You also might just be very attractive with the devil energy here, or like a fantasy for people, or like maybe a lot of like people kind of project a fantasy onto you. Can we clarify the Seven of Cups? But yeah, with the Seven of Cups, what it's really saying here is like, the Seven of Cups is a part of our journey where we're trying to figure out like what's authentic to us and what we really want in life. And it's like when we're at the Seven of Cups, we don't exactly have the Nine of Cups. We don't really know what is going to make us the most happy. And it's like when people are still exploring themselves or like aren't as developed in that, we can be prone to kind of going down a path that leads to something unexpected, but it's kind of just like a part of the learning journey. And then that brings us closer to the Nine of Cups. And it's like sometimes we go down a path and maybe we reach the Eight of Cups where, you know, we invested a lot into it, but it wasn't our Nine of Cups. And we might have to go back to the drawing board of the Seven of Cups and really look at our different options and look at exploring maybe another option. This person just feels like you know what you want and you're just very loyal to that. And like the Two of Pentacles is also about prioritization in life. And so this person just views you as someone who's very balanced, maybe good at balancing like your friendships, your family, relationships with like your career and work. It's like you just have this very balanced nature to you. Can we clarify the Six of Wands? Ace of Pentacles, yeah. And the Three of Cups here. Like, this person views you as someone who's very popular, again, who may attract a lot of opportunities to yourself. But I also just feel like with the Ace of Pentacles, like, you're just a very, what's the way of saying this? It's not like fortunate, but it's like you're quality over quantity. It's like you have quality, you plant quality seeds in your life and you let them grow. But I also feel like this person perceives you as someone who has a lot of opportunities, or a lot of people who want to offer you something, maybe offering you commitment. People like will invest in you. People would want to invest in you, is how this person sees you. Can we clarify the Sun? We have Justice and the Ace of Wands. Yeah, with Justice here, we have Libra, and I was picking up some Libra energy. Queen of Swords here. It's really coming through, yeah, Judgment. Like, there's just this really strong sense of clarity about you. This sense of fairness and this really strong, like, you're just very above board. And even with the Ace of Wands here, like, I feel like you're not the kind of person, again, to let your passion or excitement blind you and cause you to take impulsive action or do things that don't serve you ultimately. It's like with the Sun here, it's like you're in this Sun energy, but it's really about strength as well and about discernment. Like, you have really good discernment. And you're very fair, like very, very fair. And you're always thinking about like how your actions are gonna, like, you're very much think before you do things with the Queen of Swords. Yeah, let's get some oracle cards now. How does pile number 2's person view them? We have Sea Serpent. We have Elephant. We have Dragon. Yeah, definitely the Dragon energy is coming through really strong. How do they view them? Tarantula. Yeah, so what I'm seeing here kind of confirms what I've been picking up on, but the Sea Serpent is all about the sacral chakra. And when it's in balance, like, we are they also view you as very creative with the Ace of Wands. It's really coming through like with divine feminine energy. I feel like the Empress correlates with the sacral chakra as well. And it's like when you have a balanced, like, emotional center, you're very clear about what you want and you're very good at there's something about the way you express yourself being something that really flows well. Like, you really, there's like you don't feel a sense of shame about yourself. Like, you have no shame, and there's just this really healthy, balanced sacral chakra, which deals with creativity, expression, manifestation, emotions, like processing emotions, things like that. And it talks about how, like, when the sacral chakra, or like this card, the Sea Serpent, is out of whack, we can be very, like, stifled in some areas. Like, we might not be able to, like, process emotions, or we're just, like, blocked. Our creativity and our self-expression can be blocked. And, like, our authentic self, like, being able to be expressed via, like, how we feel and, like, our emotions, it can either kind of be blocked, and then sometimes it can or it can be hyperactive, and it can swing between the two, where sometimes we have like outbursts of emotions and like we're not able to control it or direct it in a meaningful way. So this person views you as someone who's very balanced within their sacral chakra. With the elephant here, the elephant is like a very auspicious energy, and it has to do with like abundance and kind of like blessings and being on a path to success and abundance. And it's like Ganesh is the deity. Is that the right word? I don't know if that's the right word, but like there's this wise energy that you have where you're very much on your path. Like, and if there's a blockage one way, like you don't bang your head into it, like you don't force things. It's kind of like you have this wise internal compass. This person also feels like you are very like elegant, and like the way you navigate your path is just very graceful. They feel like you're very graceful. And with the dragon energy, this is something I was picking up on the most, so I might read it to you guys. Oops. There's this energy of knowing yourself, and like your solar plexus chakra also being in really good balance. It says the dragon sees everything. Its essence has been with us since before our first breath and will be there at our last. It watches us navigate the external world as well as our inner world. When the dragon energy is awakened, we are courageous, visionary, and can easily drop into witness consciousness. It's almost like we're traveling with a great friend inside ourselves. When we look in the mirror deep into our eyes, we may even glimpse the self behind the self, the one who is watching us. This is the power of the dragon, breathing transformative fire into every cell of our bodies. Witnessing this omnipotent energy, even for a brief moment, helps us surrender and let go. We let the dragon guide us. We hop on its back for a ride, and we traverse even the most difficult terrain. The dragon's eyes sees beauty everywhere. Inner fire, sacred intelligence. Yeah, so they feel like you navigate the internal world, your internal self, and the external world with a lot of grace and clarity. And then the triangula is about dharma and kind of being at a crossroads in your life and choosing the path that's in alignment with your higher purpose, and like with your positive karma. So it's like you're just very high vibrational, have a lot of integrity, and you follow your soul's path and your soul's journey above all else. Like you're not tempted off your path because you know who you are, and you know what serves you and what doesn't. And yeah, this is a really, really beautiful energy, the way that they view you. This card also there's a lot of energy here around maybe you also being someone who could give really good advice to other people, or may even help other people. Like you may be a very good example to others. Or you could just be that friend that will always point you in the right direction. Like will always kind of push you to be a better version of yourselves. Or just kind of like you hold people to a standard because you want to see them be their best selves. And you see the potential within people, and it's like you're that, like, it's almost coming through like a wise elder that like you don't want to disappoint, because it's almost like also you could be the kind of person where as people move through their own life, like they might think about like what would pile number 2 do, or what is pile number 2 going to say about this. And it's almost like by thinking about that, they can make better decisions because you're someone who's so trustworthy and like coming from such like you're speaking the truth, you know? You're the type of person who's going to say the thing that needs to be said rather than what's easy or what a person wants to hear. It's like, but it comes from such a benevolent place. Even like Dumbledore is kind of coming through randomly, but not too much. It's more of a feminine vibe. Someone who just wants the best for you and really truly will celebrate your successes and wants to see you succeed. Beloved, like you're a very beloved person. So yeah, that's what I'm picking up on. Very interesting. I want to even think about like what you guys would even want to hear about your person.
let's look at your person's intentions toward you. Let's look at how they're going to be like behaving, I guess, in the connection, or like what their next actions in this connection are going to be. We can also pull some messages from this person and then get you guys guidance on whatever you need to hear, although I feel like you guys are very tuned in, honestly. But we'll still get you guys some guidance on anything you need to hear about this connection, this person, any just like reminders. Sometimes it's helpful to hear it externally, even if you already know internally. So I'll have that link down below for those of you that want to check it out. But other than that, thank you so much for being here. If you found this interesting, I would appreciate if you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment. Thank you to everyone who does that. And if you want to see future readings from this channel, I would love for you to subscribe. Other than that, it's truly been an honor to read for this group, and thank you so much for letting me do this, and I hope to connect with you again soon. Hello, pile number 3. Welcome to your reading. If you chose the Way of the Panda Tarot and this blue calcite palm stone, this is going to be your reading where we're looking at how your person on your mind is currently viewing you, or not currently, but just overall as a person. How do they view you? So we're going to start off with an energy check-in, and we're going to be seeing how you would describe this person, this situation, this connection. And this is just meant to be an energy check-in, and hopefully this will resonate, and that way you'll know that, you know, the person I'm channeling in regards to describing how they view you is someone that you actually are looking to hear that opinion of. There will be an extended reading. It's gonna be a little bit different for each pile, just depending on what comes through. So stay tuned for that if you are really resonating and wanting to listen to more about this connection, this person. All right, so for pile number 3, please tune me into pile number 3's energy. How would they describe this connection, this person, their thoughts, feelings, anything like that? I just got this deck and it's really cute. But yeah, we'll be using the Way of the Panda Tarot for how your person actually views you. So, okay, so for pile number 3, how would they describe this person, the situation? How will they know this is their reading? Okay, the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. The 5 of Pentacles. Make sure everything's straight. Also, I got a comment saying that it's boring when I'm just reading out the names. You guys can just skip forward like a minute if you want to. Okay, so for pile number 3, how would they describe the situation? 10 of Swords, 3 of Pentacles. A lot of pentacle energy coming through. Just with the 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Pentacles, I do want to say that for some people, there could be some sort of work connection here. Doesn't have to be the case. Or some kind of like a mutual community or goal somehow that you guys share. Okay, how would pile number 3 describe the current situation with this person? Okay, I'm gonna have to get something to cover this real quick. Oh my gosh, for both of them. Oh gosh. Okay, so 2 cards came out that I am going to have to cover, and then I forgot to cover it in time. So we have the World in reverse, and we also have the Devil. Capricorn energy. So again, there really could be something work related. I don't know if some of you guys like lost a job. Like, I don't know if some of you like, yeah, like that could have happened. I don't know. That's just for some of you. Like, because I'm just getting with the 5 of Pentacles that can talk about like loss, especially like financially. The World in reverse, you know, something not turning out the way that we expected. And like the Eight of Pentacles is an energy of not having put in enough work or like mastered something. But that's not for everyone. It just is coming through. But it feels like there's been a painful ending or separation and like distance between you and this person that you're thinking about. Okay, can we clarify the Five of Pentacles? The Seven of Swords in reverse. Can we I feel like there could have been some sort of like lie exposed. Yeah, it just feels like something may have come to light in this situation. With the Devil as well, like maybe something that I don't know, like some, for some of you guys, like I'm almost imagining like someone that got fired from their job because they like came to work like under the influence. That's just an example, like under the influence of something, and then maybe like, or that they had been doing something like that, or there had been some foul play, like with the Devil, like something that was not above board in this situation. And then with the Seven of Swords, it feels like a secret coming out or something coming to light. And so if this isn't a work situation, it could have even just been like trying to build a relationship with this person, and then there being like an inevitable ending because of something coming to light that you know, wasn't, or like the fact that someone wasn't really working or didn't have integrity. I feel like someone didn't have integrity in the situation, and it was a situation where we may have like trusted that person or like really felt like we got along with them with the Three of Pentacles, or we wanted to build something together is how it feels. Can we clarify the Ten of Swords? We have the Star in reverse. I have to cover this again. Yeah, I feel like you would say that like there is we have Aquarius energy here, but like there's not a lot of hope is how it feels. Sorry, there's a hair on this. You might feel like this is kind of like turned into a hopeless situation, or it just feels like there's no going back. It also could be a situation for some of you guys where maybe like there was a sense of denial, like maybe you or the other person. I feel like if this is the reality, I feel like for some of you, it would be that maybe you wanted to see this person in a better light, like with the Star in reverse, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords can kind of be about self-deception, and the Star in reverse sometimes can be about kind of holding on to an illusion or like a dream or like a fantasy of like kind of having false hope about something. Like I had a lot of hope for this, but maybe I was just lying to myself because I didn't want to let go of it, or I didn't want to, you know, maybe I felt very attached to this person, but even though I knew that they weren't really putting work into this, like even though I knew, but I was like lying to myself, or I didn't want to lose this person. For a lot of you, it could be that like where I didn't want to, you know, I'm getting like have to fire this person or have to end things with this person because I really, you know, felt very attached to them. So I didn't want to see maybe that this was something that wasn't going to be successful or wasn't working in some way. Can we clarify the Three of Pentacles? Yeah, we have the Empress here. Okay. And then the Fool in reverse. Yeah. And so I do feel like this could have been something that, like, I just feel like there's an energy here of having trusted someone blindly or trusted a situation. And like, look at how this Empress is looking back here. Like very, like I'm looking at you, like I see you. you know what? Even for some of you, like this could even be a situation where sometimes when we have like high self-esteem or like we see ourselves in a positive light, we almost like assume that other people are going to, because of the value that we bring, it's almost like they're gonna measure up to that because like I know how great I am. And what comes to example or what comes to mind very specifically is, I don't know if some of you guys have watched what is it called? Perfect Match, I think, on Netflix, but or if you guys have seen Love is Blind, but I'm talking about Jessica. And she's like someone that, you know, she's definitely, I feel like, very Empress like she's just a high value person. She's beautiful. Has the fire, has the brains, has her life together. Like she's earthy. She has it all really. And like the cups, she is a compassionate, loving person. So she's truly like an Empress figure. And then what happened, and we've seen her very much like stand up for herself, and like she really speaks on you know, knowing your worth and knowing what you deserve. And like this is someone who like stands on business. But then in one of the shows, she entertains someone that what's his name? Some of you guys will know if you guys watch this, but entertains like an infamous F boy, essentially. Like somehow, like, and he like gives her like all this, you know, like in the beginning, he's literally like, you're literally my dream girl, and I like see you so highly, and almost like made her feel like, yeah, I know that this person, I've heard about this person's past, and I know that they potentially have like some red flags, but it, and I saw a TikTok about it, and it was like someone saying that like I feel like the reason why she did that is because she has such high self-worth that she honestly thought that because it was her, you know, maybe he would change his ways, or like he would live up to what she wanted, right? Like it's almost like this, and it's not like in a conceited way though. And like I feel like I understand this energy though, where it's like you give people chances because it's like you because you're a prize and you know you're a prize. And then you're kind of blindsided when you realize like, I guess I was kind of stupid for thinking that I would be different, but it honestly had to do with me thinking that this person would love me enough, because why wouldn't a person love me enough to like treat me well or like do the right thing here? So yeah, that's what I'm kind of getting in this situation almost, is like, I don't know. It's like you see yourself as like high value. So it was easier to like overlook the other person's deficits because you bring so much. It's like, I don't know. That's what it's kind of coming through. Like, I hope that makes sense. And like with the Fool in reverse, this person could have done something that there's just no going back from. That really exposed maybe this person's, the fact that they haven't gotten over some bad behavior. Like, yeah, it just feels like someone knows that maybe there was some red flags with the other person, or that they maybe had a cycle or a habit of doing something negative, like with the devil here. And maybe that person was supposed to kind of leave that cycle in the past. And then it just feels like that wasn't really the case. And like that person was still engaged in some behavior that really would not be up to the standard of this connection, or like this workplace, if it's a workplace. So yeah, I'm not exactly sure which person you would be, but like that's what I'm seeing in this situation. So hopefully that gave you guys some indication of whether or not this is a connection that's in your life, or one that you want to hear about more of. So yeah, let's get a sip of water, or not let's, I'm gonna get a sip of water. Okay. So let's see how this person views you. And I think that'll give me a lot of clarity as to who you are. Because I could see some people wanting to come to this reading if they were the person who maybe messed up the situation. Like they might want to know how the other person views them. My neighbor above me just plays the TV so loud, and it's just so frustrating to me. I feel like there's not a lot of things that I get uptight about, but I just like hate noise intruding into my space. Okay, so, oh, shoot. Oh, never mind. Okay. So how does pile number 3's person view them? The Ten of Pentacles, the Page of Swords, the Three of Pentacles, more like Pentacle energy coming through. And Page of Swords, like it's giving, I don't know, like if this was like a mentor kind of a relationship, or maybe someone else like had more experience than the other person. But it was like someone wanted to learn from the other person, but let's see. Okay. So, how does pile number 3's person, view them? We have the Fool. See, I kind of feel like this is coming from the perspective of how the person that maybe ended up disappointed in this situation views the one that maybe messed up. I'm kind of getting that. Okay, can we clarify the Ten of Pentacles? Okay, maybe not, maybe not. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Can we clarify the Page of Swords? We have the Hierophant. Yeah, there's definitely like a, I don't know if it's like a teacher-student relationship, but I do really feel like one person was learning from the other person in this situation. Yeah, so we have Aquarius energy and Taurus here. Can we clarify the Three of Pentacles? And this could have been some kind of an institution here. Like there really could have been like work involved, or some community with the Ten of Pentacles and the Hierophant. Can we clarify the Three of Pentacles? The Knight of Wands. Can we clarify the Fool? The Four of Swords in reverse, and then the Ace of Wands. Okay. I feel I'm going to speak, instead of just saying you, I'm going to say that there's a Page of Swords person and there's a Hierophant person. Because in this situation, it really does feel like someone took a gamble on the other person. And it was like they were going to, like, and look at this Queen of Pentacles showing this panda the ropes. I feel like someone took a chance on someone else. And so I feel like the person that, the Hierophant person views the Page of Swords person as someone who may make a lot of mistakes, or may kind of do things without having a lot of experience or without putting a lot of thought into things. But they kind of admire, or I don't know if it's admire, but there is something about this person's, the way that they are very different. Like I feel like there's this energy of, it's like this Hierophant saw something in the Page of Swords, and they really appreciated this person's open mind, and they really saw them as someone that could have a lot of potential. And it's reminding me of in jobs where, like, let's say that there's like a successful like CEO or something, you know how like the person that's like, when they're like a CEO and they've made it to the top, I feel like the CEO is a lot more likely to give someone who doesn't have the experience, but like they see something in them, like a chance. And yeah, so an example of that is like in the workplace when like someone, you know, someone doesn't have all the qualifications, they're not even like the usual candidate. And if this is like a relationship, I would say that there's someone who has like with the Hierophant energy, like has a really strong idea of what kind of partnership they want, and like what kind of standard they want for their relationship. But they saw something in this Page of Swords person, like, okay, this isn't my usual type, or this isn't exactly like who I would imagine myself like partnering up with, but I kind of like them. Like there's something refreshing about this person. So I feel like the Hierophant person, there was a spark with the Page of Swords person where they felt like, okay, they might have some things that they still need to learn, but I believe that they can learn those things. And I admire this person's tenacity, that they go after what they want, that they kind of just jump right into things and without thinking too much here is what I'm getting. But I am seeing that the Hierophant person, who's also the Queen of Pentacles here, it's like they are above the other person in some way. And I don't mean like better than, but either they're more evolved, they're more mature, like they're more evolved spiritually, they're more evolved, especially within maybe the Pentacles suit, or there's just something a lot more methodical about the Hierophant, and intentional is what I would say. And there's something that is really raw, and this would be how the Hierophant views the Page of Swords person, is like someone who can kind of fake it until they make it. Like that would be how they would describe them, I would say. Also, maybe someone that doesn't take a lot of time to rest. Like maybe that they're always busy, like always like very high energy, and someone who doesn't doesn't really spend a lot of time contemplating things and figuring out what they think about something. They just jump right in without really thinking too much. Like there's just this like sort of instinctual energy that the Hierophant views the Knight of Wands having. There's a level of excitement that drew the Hierophant to the Page of Swords. Like they liked that this was someone who brought like a spark of energy into their life, where it's like they may have been feeling like it was just refreshing, as I've already said that, but it was just like it was bringing something new in. And it's giving that concept of sometimes beginners have a lot to add to situations because they don't already have like their mind like solidified, and so they can have insights that people that have more experience or more opinions about how things should be done, they don't have that. They're like more of a blank slate. And so it's like that's how the Hierophant viewed the Page of Swords, like someone who had a unique perspective with a lot of potential, who would bring a lot to the, if this is like a work situation, like would bring a lot to the team because maybe there's no one else just like that. Or if it's like a relationship, it's like, okay, maybe I would usually be looking at like a King of Pentacles type, but I want to give this other person a chance, even though it's risky, but I almost feel drawn to it. Like I don't really know what I'm doing, but I just feel this spark here and like this excitement. And although my goal technically is like this 10 of Pentacles, and like there's a strong idea of like long-term, like solid outcomes for the Hierophant, like they have a way of doing things, they may have even felt that they could help this person where there's like deficit. So it's like, if it was a relationship, they were kind of willing to be a little bit flexible, but ultimately I feel like the Hierophant did want to not control the Page of Swords, but direct them and maybe mold them into something that is similar to them, or something that they want to be with, or something that would be successful for a relationship, or someone to work with. Yeah, and with the Four of Swords here, they might have just felt like this. There's a strong appeal that the Hierophant had to maybe the Four of Swords, or the Page of Swords person being someone that is a little bit malleable, that maybe, they're not super headstrong in their own opinion. They might just be like, okay, yes, let's do this. Like, yeah, let's jump in. Like, if the Hierophant person just suggested it, like, they might just be like, yes, because, that's how I like live my life and I just do things like that. And so I just almost feel like there was an appeal like that instead of like butting heads with someone else who has a very strong opinion how they want things to be. It's almost like they saw this person as being someone they could mold a bit. And so they definitely were investing in the potential of this person and who they felt this person could become, almost like through as they like learn maybe from the more experienced person. Yeah, it's really giving, like, I don't know why this is like not my usual candidate, this is not my usual type, but something about them, like, I just feel like I want to like give it a chance. And they seem like they'd be willing to, they might be a good person to collaborate with just because they would definitely respect me and they would respect my ideas and probably want to learn from me. And I want that kind of an energy around me. Not someone who's going to like question everything. Someone who's going to fight back with like their own perception. Okay, this is an interesting, I feel like one reading always has to be like slightly, like it's not super clear cut, because I feel like a lot of you guys might be this Queen of Pentacles Hierophant person. All right, but I'm going to focus for right now on how the Hierophant person views the Page of Swords person. Can we get some oracle cards, please? They might have even found them attractive, if that applies. Inspiring, like they brought out like a less controlled side of them. And it's almost like when we just can get like there's a strong inner child. I feel like the Hierophant person saw like a really strong inner child, and maybe they had not been super in their inner child energy, and so they might have subconsciously like wanted to reconnect with their own inner child. Okay, so how does this Hierophant person view the Page of Swords? If the otter doesn't come through, I'll be surprised. Okay, we have the tiger. We have the butterfly. We have the zebra. Yeah, so they also view them as like a traveler or someone that, yeah, we have the cobra here. Not surprised. They viewed them as someone who is in the process of transforming and like gathering new experiences. And they really felt that they could be their teacher in a way. Like it's almost like the Cobra card literally is about being a teacher. So I feel like they saw the zebra as someone who like kind of a gem, like very unique, very open to like new different kind of philosophies and things like that, like very adventurous as well. Not like tethered down or tied down by obligations. So yeah, we have eccentric, creative, visionary. Zebras are the most precious of gems. They're young at heart. Yeah, that's at least that. Well cultured and have an undying curiosity about life. Yeah, so they feel the Hierophant really saw this person as very curious and open to learning. Being in the company of a zebra personality is not only a delight, but opens our minds. Be prepared. Their potent magic is contagious, and you may soon find yourself in a faraway land, expanding your worldview while having a blast. Zebras also like to contribute to the global health through environmental or volunteer work. Yeah, so this could be a hint to pack your bags. So I just feel like they like their perspective as well. Like they kind of like that they were different. And And again, just, you know, like refreshing from the same old, same old. Let me see if there's anything. Yeah, with the tiger here, that's an interesting card to come out. Passionate, strong, sensual. I feel like there was kind of like something about the Page of Swords like brought out this kind of like sensual, like feminine energy, like out of the Hierophant. Like maybe if the Hierophant is used to kind of being in control or like giving direction, something like that, like there's something about this other person, the Page of Swords, that like, I don't know, like it's almost like they were like mesmerized. And I'm just seeing a tiger like looking at a butterfly kind of, and like playing with the butterfly. And it's almost like, even though it's like a fierce creature, like there was something soft. It's like this Page of Swords brought out a softer side of the Hierophant. But yeah, I'm really not surprised to see the Cobra, because it feels like there's a, you know, sort of teacher-student relationship. We have pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the cobra is found deep within us in the form of the inner teacher and manifests externally in those special guides who have led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. Student of life, humble, wise. Yeah, so it's there's this energy and like know-it-all, egocentric. Like this person was drawn to the Page of Swords because they felt like they were willing to learn. That's what drew them in. It's really that energy of, I wouldn't normally give someone like you, I wouldn't have the same interest, but something about you, like I really like the fact that you're so curious and like that you want to learn. And so I just naturally feel drawn and like enticed to like just this willingness to do that, almost like a child. Like it just feels like someone is very much in like a child divine, like the eternal child energy, and the other person is in like the mentor energy. And so I think they felt a lot of love for the other person as well. And I'm just really getting, it says the cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. And like the tiger is watching as well. Like there's something about like this like cobra tiger that's just like, they just really felt drawn to the other person. Like they liked observing them. Like they liked getting to know them as well. Like they found them interesting. Yeah, it's almost just like they just naturally felt a desire to put a lot of focus on them. It's also giving like watching a kid do something. It's like what's kind of coming through as well is like, have you guys ever seen those videos where it's like a cheetah randomly is best friends with like a golden retriever? Like that's kind of also coming through, that kind of a dynamic. Yeah, interesting. Okay, so I feel like it really went that way. I really think some of you guys might have been the cobra, but I'm not sure. But there's a lot to get into for the extended, because what came through in the energy check-in feels like something kind of didn't work out here. And so I want to know more about that. I really want to look at, I think this is going to be an extended reading where we do both sides. There's going to be a Hierophant person and then a Page of Swords energy that we're going to be looking at. I want to look at the Hierophant's feelings towards the Page of Swords and the Page of Swords feelings towards the Hierophant. I want to look at what each party currently wants in regards to the other person. I want to look at what each person's next actions or next energy toward the other person is going to be. And then I want to get guidance for each side of this situation. So if you guys are interested in that, I'll have it linked down below. But other than that, thank you so much for being here. I really enjoyed doing this reading for you guys. And If you're able to hit the like button, leave a comment. I really appreciate those of you that do interact with the channel. It does really help me out. And make sure you're subscribed if you want to see more pick a card readings. Other than that, thank you so much for letting me read for you. It's been a joy, and I hope to connect with you again soon.